Hello, dear learners. How are you? I hope you are safe and fine at your home. So today the next topic, that is the part 3 of our chapter. I am going to read you with the new topic, that is strength. Right? So let's take an example. Let me ask you some questions before we are going to start the chapter. So let us take an example. I am pulling this table. Right? I am able to pull it. I can put it down. I am able to pull it. I am able to put it down. So when I am doing all this exercise, what are the things that I can do? Because my muscles having that much strength, right? My muscles having this strength, that's why I am able to hang that chair or a table, right? So let's say if I am hanging it up, so the muscles of my finger has that much force, has that much power to hang it, right? To pull it. My muscles have power to push it, right? So what is the strength? See, I am going to give you an example. I am going to give you an example. This is the duster, right? This duster is here. If it puts some force and I will be rubbing it, and I rub it, right? So because my muscles have that power to push something, right? So push something. So this is called my muscles are able to overcome the resistance, right? So let's say if I am pushing this board, I just put my hand and I am just pushing it, right? So but it is not moving because my muscles has low power as compared to this board or the ball. But my muscle has much power to move this duster. That's why I am able to move the duster. This chalk in my hand. I am writing, and after some time this chalk will finish, right? So what is the strength? The strength is the ability to overcome resistance, right? What is strength? Ability to overcome resistance. Got it? What is strength? Strength is the ability to overcome resistance. Got it? Next is, now we need to understand what is the meaning of strength, why strength is very important, which kind of workout we should do to improve the strength, what are the types of strength, and how this strength can be measured, and for which game strength is very, very important. Right? So let's go on. Our first thing is, it's the ability of our muscles to overcome resistance, right? So let us take an example. Your mother is, mopping in the house. You just take an example, you are pushing something, like whenever we are in gym. So in gym we push up, pull up, or we push a lot of things. You just sit in your house and push the sofa. As you are in the house, you push the sofa, right? So if the sofa moves forward, then you think that muscles has more power, your muscles have more strength as compared to the weight of the sofa, right? And if you are not able to push that sofa from the original place, then you think that you do not have that much sufficient strength to push that sofa. So what exactly strength is? Strength is the ability of our muscles to overcome resistance, right? Let's say you are running in sand. So to run in the sand, it's very, very difficult. Or let us take an example. You are running on this roadside. On road you are running, it is very smooth, it is very fine. Now let us take an example. You are in Goa. Now you are very happy. So you are in Goa and now you are running on the beach, right? So on the beach when you are running, it's become difficult for you to run. Your muscle will have to push a lot of force, right? You will have to exert a lot of force because the two things are there, the sand, and the sand is wet, right? So if you run in a dry sand, then it will be okay. But when you are running in the side of a bridge or something else, so it becomes more difficult. So here you understand, the ability to overcome resistance is called strength. And what we can say, strength, in other words, we can say it is the amount of force our muscle can exert. It is the amount of force our muscle can exert. must have seen that many of the peoples in the gym pull up a lot of loads and some dumbbells and all, because the muscles, they have that power, right? So the amount of force our muscle can exert is called strength. Understood, guys? So what I want to tell you, that strength is the ability of our muscles to overcome resistance. It is the amount of force one can exert. The amount of force a muscle can exert. It is the essential component of in any game and sports. See, now the point comes why it is so essential. See, you are standing, your body, your muscles need strength. I am jumping, let's say I am jumping. So when I jump, my body needs strength. When you are you're pushing something, you are giving acceleration to your bike. No acceleration when you give acceleration to your bike, or when you throw something, right? When you throw something, right? So don't be afraid of this. When you throw something, you need strength. So to do any task, if we take it in a daily routine, or if we compare it into the games and sports field, so strength is very, very important component in games and sports. It can be improved by the systematic training. There are a whole lot of trainings to improve the strength of an individual. So if one can perform the systematic training exercises, then the training strength can be improved by the systematic strength training, right? Now let's take some examples. What are the examples of strength? Strengths, there are a lot of examples. Let's talk about arm wrestling. Okay, so you must see people, you must have seen the people in akhada, you must have seen people in gym, you must even visited sometime in the gym and perform a lot of activities. So even when you are running on the treadmill, you need endurance, right? But as well as you need some amount of strength in that to run. If you do not have strength, you will be not able to stand. If you do not have strength, you will be not able to walk, right? If you do not have strength, you will not able to stand properly even, right? So strength is the most important component of our physical body. The example of strength ability is arm wrestling, powerlifting, pushing the wall. So it's a good example, pushing the wall, right? Throwing, throwing events like shot put, throwing events like javelin, throwing events like discus throw, all of the activities, right? So throwing, powerlifting, wrestling, weightlifting, swimming, cycling. See, now take an example of cycling. When we do cycling, what exactly we need strength is there. So when you do cycling, right? Whenever you are doing cycling, while doing cycling, we push the pedals more away, right? We push the pedal, then the cycle moves. We push the pedal of the cycle, and the cycle moves in front, right? So on that time, the calf muscles, the leg muscles will exert some force and push the cycle move towards, right? That is where cycling also needed strength. Even swimming, when we are doing swimming, so we push the water back and we go in front. Which says the third law of motion, every action having equal and opposite reaction, right? So in swimming we get one concept, every action having equal and opposite reaction. So when you push, when your muscle exert pressure to water and you move forward in swimming, in the case of swimming. In the same way, when we are doing weightlifting or wrestling or something else, we need to we need to have some strength of our core and whole lot of things. Understood? So what is strength? Strength is the ability of our muscles to overcome resistance. It is the amount of force the muscle can exert. It is the essential component of games and sports. It can be improved by the systematic training. The different examples of strength are arm wrestling, powerlifting, pushing wall, weightlifting, swimming, cycling. Understood, students? So what I want to tell you is that when we do this weightlifting, pushing, cycling, in all lot of activities you need some strength. It means your muscles will have to exert some force to the maximum resistance. So to overcome the resistance is called strength, right? What is strength? Strength is the ability to overcome resistance. I hope you understand. Now let's move on to the next point. To develop sub-component of the strength, right? There are a whole lot of components of strength, and to develop that, we need to consider some things. Now, what are these things? So, see, the first thing to improve your strength is intensity of workout. It depends on how much intensity of workout you are doing, right? Let us suppose you are doing some normal routine workout, or you are doing intensity workout. Then it depends on your diet. So, first point is intensity of workout. Is it medium? It is high? Is it low? So if you do a high intensity workout, then your diet should be different and your level of strength will be different, right? So what exactly I want to tell you? I want to tell you the sub, if you want to maintain the sub points or the sub strength, so what you need to do, you need to maintain, you need to keep in mind at which intensity of workout you are doing, right? When you do cycling, it's different. When you do arm wrestling, it's different. So with different parameters, the things will change. In the same way, the intensity of workout is the first point. Load, resistance and weight, right? So second thing is how much load you are taking, how much workout you are doing, how much resistance you are. Let's say you are a weight lifter. Okay, you are a player who is lifting a weight. So how much weight you lift, right? It's also depends on that. Now let's take an example of shot put. Okay, so what is the weight of that shot put and how long you are throwing it and how much you can throw it, how you want yourself. If you have a good amount of strength, then and then you will be able to throw that shot put to more distance, right? And it's depend on the load. So load and workout are the very important thing, and resistance too. Now volume and duration of workout. Let's say if I am telling you that I am doing workout in 2 hours a day, right? So every day at least 2 hours I am doing exercise. Got it? If I am doing exercise 2 hours a day, then you tell me what is the duration of my workout. So the duration of my workout is 2 hours, right? So if it is 2 hours, then I am asking you, what is the duration of workout of yours? So if I am doing a workout, an extensive workout for 2 hours, right? So next thing is the frequency or the repetition. So it's depend on individuals differ that how much time you are doing workout. So strength may be changed with that. Volume and duration of workout, right? So as I told you just now, frequency and repetition. Let's say you are doing push-ups. Let's take an example that you are doing some lunges, sit-ups, partial curls, right? So when you are doing partial curls, so here my question is, let's take an example of push-ups. What? Push-ups. So let me write here push-ups. And let's take an example of skipping. Let's take one more example, that is you can take exercise for abs. So we can take alternate toe touch. Toe touching. So let's take the first concept. Let's take this one, frequency or repetition. So let's say I am doing skipping. I divided my skipping time into 3 parts. In the first part, I'll do 100 skipping. Again, after 10 minutes, I'll do 100 skipping. And again, after 10 minutes, I'll do 200 skipping, right? So it becomes total 400 skips. Got it? So what I want to tell you, I just want to say that these repetition, the workout you do, how much time or how many parts, how many repetition you do to your workout. Let's say take an example of push-ups. So if I am doing push-ups, right? I am doing push-ups. So when I am doing push-ups, I divide 50 push-ups per time, right? So in a day, if I am doing push-ups in my workout time, okay, in my workout time, I divided my 200 push-ups in 4 times, right? So one time I do 50 push-ups, then after 5, then I do another exercise, then I do 50 push-ups, then I do another exercise, then I do push-ups, then I do perform different activities in the same way. So you divide your work. Then if you want to complete this 400 push-ups, right? Let's say if I want to complete this 400 push-ups, so I will do it continuously. I will do 50 push-ups, then I will perform some different exercise, then I will perform some other exercise, Then I'm performing some other physical activity, then I'll perform push-ups. So the repetitions plays a very important role, right? Then the alternate toe touch, you can do alternate toe touch, you can do sit-ups. So whole lot of activities are here that we can perform. So next point is rest and recovery. Rest and recovery is very important for the overall growth and development of an individual. Got it? So what I want to say here is, if an individual putting out a proper rest, right? So now what does rest and recovery? If you see in a week, Monday to Saturday, we go on gym, right? Or you're doing physical activity at home. Whatever and wherever you are doing, if you are visiting gym or throughout the week, if you are doing work at your home, workout, physical workout at your home, right? So on Sunday, your body needs some rest and relaxation, as well as your body needs some proper systematic time, right? So if your body needing this proper sufficient rest and recovery, then the hormone secretion and proper rest and recovery, the muscles articulation, the oxygen capacity of muscle, the relaxation to the muscles will be good. Now how many types of muscles are there? Right? Now the muscles are of two types. The first type of muscle, the strength, there are two types of strength. The strength are of two types. The first one is static strength and the second one is dynamic strength. Got it? So when I talk about static strength, it is the strength, right, which is in rest. What is the meaning of static? The meaning of static means rest. So all the activities which we are performing in rest condition at a single position is static strength, right? So force exerted by the muscles, the amount of force exerted by the muscle from the single position, it also is called static strength. Now what is the second kind of strength? The second kind of strength is dynamic strength. What is this dynamic strength is? Dynamic means motion, things which is in motion. So when the amount of force exerted by the muscle whenever the body is in motion, like when we kick the ball, right? What we can do, when we kick in the ball, it becomes dynamic strength because the leg muscles need strength at that time. Now this dynamic strength is of three types. Okay, so what are the types of this dynamic strength? The dynamic strength of three types. First is maximal strength, second is strength and endurance, third is explosive strength. Got it? So now let us come. We are just going to recapitulate what we have started. So we started with the strength. What is strength? Strength is the ability of our muscle to overcome resistance. It is the amount of force exerted by the muscles while performing or while doing some activity. It is the essential component of games and sports, right? It can be improved by the systematic training, arm wrestling, powerlifting, pushing the wall, throwing, weightlifting, swimming, cycling. These are some examples of strength. To develop this sub-component of strength, we need to consider something like first the intensity of workout, load and resistance and weight, volume or duration of workout, frequency or repetition, rest and recovery. Got it? So the rest and recovery, frequency of repetition, volume or duration of workout, overload, resistance or intensity of workout. These are the sub points component that we need to keep in mind if we want to improve the strength. Then I talked about there are two types of strength, right? So what are they? They are two types, that is static strength and dynamic strength. Got it, beta? See, so the static strength is the strength which is in rest, and the dynamic strength, it is related to the strength when the body is in motion, because the word static means things which are in rest and the word dynamic means things which are in motion. Now the next thing that we're going to learn is there are three types of dynamic strength. The first type is maximal strength, next type is explosive strength, and next third type is strength endurance. It means first is maximal, the maximum amount of force, explosive which is sudden, and strength endurance which is the combination of strength as well as endurance. Now the next thing that I'm going to tell you is static strength, dynamic strength, its types and detail, right? So now when we listen this word static, right? When we listen this word static, it means things which is in rest. Things in rest, right? So strength, static means rest. So static strength is that amount of force exerted by the body when the body is in rest. Got it? So static strength is able to overcome resistance, and static means when a thing is in rest. So whenever the thing is in rest and it exerts some force on our body to overcome resistance, that is called the static strength. Static strength is also called isometric, means same length, right? It is also called isometric strength. It is the ability of the muscle to exert force or to overcome resistance from the single position, right? What I want to say, I just wanted to say that static strength is that strength which is at rest. It is the ability of our muscles to act against resistance from the single position. Which position? From the single position. It is also called isometric strength. Which kind of strength? It is also called isometric strength. The different examples of static strength is arm wrestling, powerlifting, and pushing the wall. So this is the 5 marks questions of ours. We need to keep in mind that the static strength is related to the action which is in rest. As man is to be said, the line of action. So static strength is anything which is in rest and exerting some pressure on a thing, that is a static strength. Isometric strength. So because this length will not change, iso is same, so the length will not change. Isometric strength, which is the ability of our muscles to act against resistance, right? From the single position. The example of static strength is arm wrestling, pushing the wall, okay, powerlifting, etc. Now, what is dynamic strength? So, when I'm talking about dynamic strength, the word dynamic means what? See, if I write here dynamic, let's say I'm writing here dynamic. It means it's a branch of physics which is related to motion. Okay, movement. You can see it by words. So I can teach it by making the diagram of what everywhere time. Dynamic is in motion, the words always fly. Whenever I tell you that it is dynamic, it means dynamic personality. Let's say it is dynamic personality. So something, very action, there's a lot of action or there's a lot of movement. So dynamic is also called isotonic strength. It is the ability of our muscles to act against resistance in motion or in movement. Okay, what is dynamic strength? Dynamic means things which are in motion. Strength means the ability to overcome resistance. So whenever the body is in motion and it exerts some force from moving position, that's called the dynamic strength. Dynamic strength is also called isotonic strength, which is the ability of our muscles to act against resistance in motion or any movement. There are different kinds of dynamic strength, like running. We can take the example is standing broad jump is the best example of it, right? So I hope you understand static strength as well as dynamic strength. This is the type of strength, right? This is the type of strength. There are two types of strength: static strength and dynamic strength. Now this dynamic strength are of 3 types, right? Dynamic strength are of 3 types. How many types? 3 types. First is maximal strength. Okay. So the first type of dynamic strength is maximal strength. What is the meaning of maximal maximal strength. The meaning of maximal strength is the ability of resistance. It's the ability of resistance to act against maximum resistance. So let's say if I told you to push a 5 kg weight, you will be easily able to pull it, push it. If I told you to hang the weight of 10 kg, it becomes a little bit difficult. If I told you to hold 70 kg of weight in your hands, it becomes difficult, and that is where the maximum resistance. So it's the ability of our muscles to act as a resistance for the maximum. What is? For the maximum resistance. So maximal strength is the ability of our muscles to act against the maximum weight or maximum resistance. What it is generally, I say generally, it's a quality of our muscles to control forcefully, right? It is the quality of our muscles to contract forcefully. It is also known as power. What is it also known as? It is also known as power. It is more required in weightlifting, throwing events, wrestling. Okay. Now let me tell you what is this throwing events, wrestling, and weightlifting. Why weightlifting is required? So whenever you lifting a weight, so on that time your muscle should exert as much weight it can, so that you can break the records, right? So let's say if you in a time, if you are able to pull a weight of 110 or 120 kg, then you can break some records, and that is where this will work. That is it is more required in weightlifting. It is also required in kabaddi too. It is also required in throwing events like javelin throw, discus throw, shot put throw, wrestling also. It can be measured by throw attempts and by powerlifting. So this is the basic thing to understand. The basic thing is to keep in mind that it can be understood. It can be keep in mind that if we want to measure this maximum strength, we need to measure it with some movements or some weightliftings. So what exactly we started with? We started with static strength. Static strength is also called isometric strength. It is the capability of our muscles to act against maximum resistance, right? And it's the ability to act against resistance from a single position. What is, students? So static strength, it means the thing is in rest. It is also called isotonic. It's the ability of the muscles to act against resistance from a single position. The examples are arm wrestling, powerlifting, pushing to go. Next type is dynamic strength. It is also called isotonic strength. It is the ability to overcome, it's the ability of muscles to overcome resistance whenever the body is in motion. Next that we started is maximal strength. This maximal strength means it's the ability of our, muscles to act against resistance. To act against the maximum resistance. What? Maximum resistance. It is the quality of muscles to contract forcefully when we push up a lot of weight. It is also known as power. It is more required in weightlifting games like throwing, wrestling, weightlifting. It can be measured by throw attempts. Now we are going to learn about the different two types of strength, right? And what are they? They are the different, that is the explosive strength and strength endurance. As well as after this, we will also give you to know that how you can improve your strength. What are the exercises you can perform to improve the strength? So now, dear students, we are going to learn about the other two kinds of strength. These are the type of dynamic strength, right? These are the type of dynamic strength. Another two types, that is type number 2, explosive strength and strength and endurance. So whenever you listen the word explosive, right? There is explosion or there is explosive something. It means something which is very fast, something which is very quickest, like blast, right? So explosive strength. What exactly the meaning of explosive strength? Explosive is to perform something very quickly in a very quickest possible time. And strength is the ability of muscles to overcome resistance. So to overcome resistance in a quickest possible time is called explosive strength. So explosive strength, the example is standing broad jumps. So now let's take an example. Let us suppose this is the line. There is the ball. And we'll mark here. It will be, I am showing you standing broad jump, right? I am explaining you standing broad jump. This is half. This is 1 meter. Again 1.5. This is 2 meter, 2.5, and 3 meter. Right? And here's the boy. Here's the boy. So when we do standing broad jump, standing at both the feet, swing the hands, and then have to jump standing, right? So when this boy jump, do a standing broad jump. Let's say he fall down here. Okay, so let's say when a boy jumps on his leg and it becomes like this, no? So see, he will jump here and like this he can be doing. And see what happened. There are 3 muscles, right? In hamstring, that is above the thigh, hamstring, quadricep, and that is our calf muscles. 3 muscles work here: hamstring, quadricep, and calf muscles. Right? These 3 muscles will work when standing broad jump. So it's the ability of our muscles to overcome resistance with high speed or at quickest possible time. So the ability of our muscles to overcome resistance with high speed in a quickest possible time. Got it? And what is standing broad jump? I hope you understand that also. In fact, it is the combination of both strength and speed. Right? So explosive means it is speed related. Right? And strength, so it's a combination of strength and speed. So in fact, it is the combination of strength and speed. It is the ability of our muscles to perform a forceful action in a quickest possible time. So when an individual is able to perform a forceful movement, right? Let's say some throwing events, a forceful movement like javelin throw, like bhala fake, all right? So when an individual is able to perform some activities, when an individual is able to perform activities which are very forceful, so the ability of our muscles to perform a forceful action in a quickest possible time. Which time? Quickest possible time. So when an individual is able to perform perform the forceful action in a quickest possible time, generally required in this explosive strength is generally required in jumping activities. It can be measured by dynamometer, and there is a test called jump chin up test. So you perform jump chin up test, and you can see what is this explosive strength, right? So now let's recapitulate what is explosive strength. Explosive strength, it is the ability of our muscles to move in maximum range with high speed. Or you can take the example that is standing broad jump. In fact, it is the combination of speed and strength. It is the ability of our muscles to perform forceful action in quickest possible time. Generally, it is required for jumping activities. It is measured by dynamometer and jump chin up test. Now let's come on to the division of PE. We are going to learn the 3rd type of dynamic strength, and the name of this strength is strength endurance. So whenever we see strength endurance, it means it is the combination of strength as well as endurance. Now the point comes, what is endurance? Endurance is the ability to overcome fatigue. Right? So it's the ability of our muscles to overcome fatigue, right? That is called endurance. So strength and endurance is the combination of both strength as well as endurance. It is the combination of strength and endurance ability. So when both the abilities are working together, This is called the strength and endurance. Ability to overcome resistance under fatigue condition, right? Now what is this fatigue condition? Let's say if I am running for 1 hour, if I am running for 15 minutes, right? So there is a lactic acid deposition in my muscles and I am feeling pain. So when I am doing a long duration activity and strength of my muscles as well as endurance is required in that activity, we call that activity the strength and endurance activity, right? This quality enables the person to sustain localized muscle or group of muscles to work for a longer period of time, right? So let's say we are playing a football match and let's say it is of 40 minutes, right? 45 minutes. Continuously I am running on the ground, I am kicking the football and then I come, then I push, then I goal and a lot of things. On this long duration activity like be a marathon, like be a football, hockey, I want to relocalize, I want to sustain or localize muscle group for a longer period of time. It requires long distance running, hockey, swimming, road cycling, mountaineering, climbing. These are some activities which require this strength as well as endurance. It means the strength of muscle as well as endurance so that you can perform that particular activity. So what it requires? It requires to engage the it requires this strength and endurance is required in long distance run, swimming, right, road cycling, mountaineering. Strength and endurance can also be measured. Do you want to know by what it is measured? It is also measured by chin-ups. So strength and endurance is also measured by chin-ups. So now let us come, we are going to recapitulate what we started. We started with explosive strength. It is the ability of our muscles to overcome resistance with high speed. In fact, it is a combination of strength and speed. It is the ability of our muscles to perform forceful action in quickest possible time. It is generally required for jumping activity to measures by dynamometer and jump chin-up test. Strength and endurance is the combination of strength as well as endurance. It is the ability to overcome resistance under fatigue condition. It is required enables the person to sustain relocalize the muscles group for the longer period of time. It is required for the long duration activities, marathon, swimming, road cycling, mountaineering. Strength and endurance can be measured by chin-ups. Now we are going to recapitulate the next thing, that is by the flowchart strength. Strength is of two types: static strength and dynamic strength. Right? Stretching, it means the thing which is in rest. Dynamic, it means the thing which is in motion. Next thing, dynamic strength are three types. Okay, which one is the first? First one is the explosive strength. Second is strength and endurance. Strength and endurance. And the third one is maximal strength. So I hope you understand what is exactly strength, what are the type of strength, and what are the types of dynamic strength. Strength is the ability to overcome resistance. There are two types of strength: static strength and dynamic strength. Static means to perform or to exert force against resistance in a single position. Dynamic means to perform or exert force whenever the body is in moving, right? It is in motion. There are three types of dynamic strength: explosive strength, it is a combination of strength as well as speed. The strength endurance, which is a combination of strength as well as endurance, long distance run. Maximum strength, that is the combination of amount of force can a muscle can exert, maximum amount of force muscle can exert. I hope you understand the concept. Take care. Bye bye.